Hey my lovely chosen ones, how are you? So I'm back again with new updates and new insights for all of you today. Today's messages and guidance is about eliminating money-mindedness from people's consciousness and their point of focus. Actually, this limitation of people's own blockage on their spiritual path in their life is not limited to money-mindedness, but it also expands to other thought patterns, belief systems, and ways of living and being they succumb to, such as obsession with glitz and glamour, obsession with showing off in front of relatives, their community and society, obsession with having safety and security, but at the cost of everything. I'm trying to say that people are so obsessed with accumulating, gaining, and attaining that they don't even care about right or wrong, good and bad, positive and negative, and where it's going to lead them. You're getting my point? So that's what I'm trying to say here. Your purpose as a chosen one here is to help people, by your example, see the ill effects of getting obsessed over continuing to attain, accumulate, gain, and gather materialistic things in their life over real fulfillment and happiness. And mind you, I'm saying real fulfillment and happiness. There are people who have a very corrupted understanding of happiness and fulfillment. For a rapist, you know what happiness and fulfillment means. That's what I'm trying to say. For a thief, you know very well what happiness and fulfillment actually means. Robbing someone is fulfillment and happiness for that person. A bully finds fulfillment and satisfaction in insulting other people, humiliating other people, and dragging them down. That is why I'm saying, by your example, you've got to help people see and understand that there are better ways of living and being, because we can see very well all around us in our world to what level people can stoop to fulfill their evil wishes, wants, and needs, which are mostly driven by this need, this wish, this desire of accumulating things, be it power, be it position, be it property, be it wealth. Sometimes people even like to accumulate as many relationships, as many as they can, or friendships, so that they can just show off in front of the world. Now you as a chosen one know very well where it's going to lead that person, don't you? You know that very well, right? So by your example, with the help of your wisdom and assistance and your healing spiritual work, you've got to help people understand that this isn't the best way of living and being, because no matter how much you accumulate and gain, in the end, it'll all be taken away from you as per the divine will. Any moment, you can lose it all, and then the so-called happiness, the so-called fulfillment, the so-called satisfaction or success you're obsessively running behind won't even be there for you, and then again you'll be unhappy. Then again you'll be sad, depressed, down in the dumps, not knowing what to do and where to go. Real happiness and true fulfillment lies under the feet of God. It actually lies in surrendering yourself and everything that you want and wish for under the feet of God, and doing as per His will, as per God's will, what He wants you to do? Well, in general, He wants you to find and fulfill your purpose. That's what you've got to let people see, realize, and understand by your example. I'm not saying that you get a loudspeaker and go on streets talking all this, declaring all this and announcing all this for the masses. That may not work. That's why I'm highlighting and emphasizing on being an example again and again. Maybe you are not supposed to be a public speaker, but there's always someone who's looking at you. There's always someone who's watching you. There's always someone you're influencing and affecting in some way, shape, or form. So maybe your purpose involves influencing people you come across in your daily life, or may come across after a certain point of time. So your purpose starts right here, right now, where you're standing, where you're at. Where you're at has a purpose. Pay attention to it. You getting my point? You cannot follow and fulfill your purpose overnight. You've got to prepare for it. You've got to learn about it. You've got to attain and gather as much knowledge, experience, and information about your field of work or about your niche in particular as much as you can. So it starts with where you are. It starts with what you're doing and how you're doing it. It starts with how you're using your time, what you're doing in your daily life, how you're facing your challenges and obstacles. If you yourself are so focused, so obsessed, and so fearful about attaining safety, security, or material gains, then how will you inspire, lead, and guide other people to choose a different path? That's why I'm saying it all starts with you. It all starts with your example. Once you learn these lessons, once you implement these ideas on your own, in your own personal life, there are going to be people coming across you who are going to learn from your example. You're getting my point? That's the point I try to make in all of my readings. Someone commented and said that if we go about telling people that it would be better to wait for that one while we are not married, that's what you're supposed to teach other people by remaining single, celibate, and working on your purpose or mission. They'll learn when they need to learn, or when it's going to be time for them to learn from you or your example. That does not mean you've got to wait till that happens. You've got to do your work right now, right where you are. You've got to live as an example in your life, and it starts with the present moment. Nothing is going to change if you won't change anything right now, or at least taking steps for it to change right now, right where you are at. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I think that person's confusion or doubt got cleared here. So coming back again, you are supposed to help people look at things differently and realize that living a simple, sober, dignified life is much, much, much more better than aiming at showing off, than aiming at just living for the sake of accumulating, gaining, and gathering, even at the cost of losing your physical or mental health, or losing your relationships, or just losing your own consciousness in general. Because you can see very well, people don't even care if they are associating themselves with corrupt, hostile, negative, horrible people just to accumulate and gain and become successful. They don't even know nothing about. And here I'm trying to explain the meaning of real success. Many people out there think that just having 10 cars, 10 bungalows, or millions of dollars or rupees in their bank account is success. Really? But at what cost? You killed animals, you killed people, or you have hurt hundreds of people's emotions to gain profits. Now, at what cost have you gained that success? Don't you think that you have acquired and created heavy negative karma for yourself? People don't think about this. People just don't think about this because they've been trained to look at the material aspects of life and only that. They've been trained and conditioned to simply avoid the real purpose and meaning of life and where true real happiness and success and fulfillment and joy and bliss lies. So you as a chosen one got to live as an example. You've got to help people see differently. You've got to help people understand that no, success has a very different meaning. Fulfillment has a very different meaning and definition as well. You cannot get joy, bliss or satisfaction by hurting people or, by succumbing to negative ways of living and being, negative ways of thinking, or wishing for your desires to come in a really hostile, evil, and atrocious of manner. Because that way you'll only bring in destruction in your life, nothing else. Divine judgment and divine justice won't let you escape anywhere. You won't be forsaken. You've got to help people understand this. By your example, by your wisdom, by your experience and everything that you're learning in your life right now. Again, I'll repeat, you've got to find a way how you're going to do that. As I said, not everyone is supposed to be a public speaker. Not everyone is supposed to come in front of camera. Right, so you've got to find a way for yourself. You've got to find what is suitable for you and how you can serve and fulfill your purpose. God is going to lead your way. Trust Him. Trust God. Trust divine forces in this mission of yours. And let God lead your way. You've got questions, you've got doubts, you've got apprehensions. Sit down, calm yourself down and ask your own self, ask your own heart how you can do it. Maybe not right away, but after a certain point of time, you'll find your answers. You'll get solutions. Till then, focus on gaining knowledge, focus on figuring things out on your own as to how you can live your life as an example, how you can change your own ways if you found yourself living in this way, being obsessed, scared, and focused on material aspects of life or accumulating and gaining material things in your life. At the same time, completely avoiding your real path, purpose, and calling in life. You've got to help people understand why being mindful is so important. Because when you don't act mindfully, you bring pain not just for your own self but for others as well. That's what a lot of people out there are doing. Just to fulfill their own selfish agendas, wants and wishes, they're doing things they don't even care about, which in turn and return are causing a lot of losses, failures, pain, abrupt changes and whatnot for others, for other beings in the world as well. Some are hurting people, some are hurting environment, some are hurting animals, some are hurting children, some are hurting their own self. For what? And to land where? In hell? In a living hell they'll be creating for their own self. You've got to help people find meaning in their life. You've got to help people realize that by turning their focus, by changing their ways, they'll be helping the whole world in general. They'll be helping our environment. They'll be helping in dealing with climate change, or they'll be helping in decreasing crime rates. Possibly they'll be helping in making the world a better place for each and every being to live peacefully and happily. You've got to do all these things. You've got to focus on doing these kind of things and living in such a way where even if you're not saying anything, people learn that from you and your example. Love is the foundation we need. Real love is what we all need. You've got to let people see that. You've got to let people think over it, reflect over it, and choose God over the devil, over living in a superficial, shallow, materialistic life. You've got to help people in choosing God over the devil. Okay, so this is your purpose. I hope you understood the message. I hope you got the point and this reading was insightful and helpful for all of you. If so, do let me know how you felt in the comment section below. Feel free to hit the like button and do subscribe to our channel for more such content to be readily available for all of you on a regular basis. With that being said, do not hesitate on following through with the link given in the description box below if your heart says so. If you feel like you'd like to contribute or donate something, please go ahead. At the same time, if any of you are interested in taking a personal life purpose reading, kindly contact me or consult with me through way of my given email address provided in the description box below. That's all. I'll be back again. Till then, take care of yourself and your loved ones. Bye-bye.